And welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. This is going to be another video in the series of Celtic great goals and great players over the history of me being a Celtic supporter, which stretches back to the early 1970s, and so now well over 50 years supporting Celtic man and boy. And this particular video is going to be about one of Celtic's great strikers of the 1990s, Andreas Thom, a very interesting player who played for Celtic for 2.5 seasons or so, and over those years and seasons had some great performances, some great goals, and was a big contributor to Celtic over those 2.5 seasons, and was part of the team that went on to clinch the league title a few months after he left the club. Over those years, he did form a partnership with the subject of another video uploaded today, Pierre van Hooijdonk, and also Andreas Thom, as well as playing as a striker, sometimes played in a more of a midfield role to accommodate Celtic's tactics on formations, and so his goal output isn't quite as impressive as some of other great Celtic greats of that time, although he does remain a player on my list of favourite players over the last 50 years. Andreas Thom was an East German player who initially played for East Germany when the two Germanys were separate countries, and also went on to play for the unified German side. He joined Celtic in July 1995 on a £2.2 million transfer from Bayer Leverkusen in Germany, and remained at Celtic until January of 1998 before being sold for £275,000 back to Hertha Berlin in Germany. And he actually only played for 4 clubs in his whole professional career, which stretched until 2001, when he retired at the age of 36. After the retiral, he got into coaching and various forms of management and coaching jobs, primarily and almost exclusively at Hertha Berlin, where he carries on being a coach at that club to this day. Over his time at Celtic, he played 96 games with 24 goals, and so goals per game was 1 goal every 4 games over his whole career for the 4 different clubs that he played for, which was BFC Dynamo, and then Bayer Leverkusen, then his 2.5 years or so at Celtic, and then back to Hertha Berlin, whom he played for until he retired age 36. Over that career, he played 508 games and scored 167 goals, and so over the career, 1 goal every 3 games, and internationally, he played 61 games in total for East Germany and the unified Germany, scoring 18 goals. So we're now going to pop in 3-4 minutes of goal highlights from Andreas Thom's time at Celtic. One particular favourite, of which there are quite a number of replays and angles, was that amazing long distance powerful shot against Rangers. One of the best goals I've seen by a Celtic player, and there are quite a variety of different goals showing all of Andreas Thom's great skills as a player and as a goal scorer. After we've had a wee look at those goals and highlights, I'll then just have a wee quick thought analysis of my own views of Andreas Thom as a player and as a Celtic great. hopefully enjoyed that wee reminder of Andreas Thom's great skills and great goals and great finishing ability as a Celtic player. He was signed by Celtic, as I say, for £2.2 million from Bayer Leverkusen, and I think there was an intention of having him and Pierre van Hooijdonk forming a partnership. Unfortunately, during Andreas Thom's time at Celtic, Pierre van Hooijdonk disappeared off early 1997 to Nottingham Forest, breaking up that partnership. And quite often, as I was saying earlier, also Andreas Thom played as a midfielder rather than an out-and-out striker. And for that reason, his goal output wasn't quite as high as it might have been if he played striker game in, game out. However, pretty clear from those highlights and those goals, tremendous ability to finish from close in, also a good finisher from distance with long distance shots, such as that brilliant goal against Rangers. Great control, great striker's instincts also to get himself into the right position, great anticipation to get himself onto the end of crosses and passes, nice and cool and accurate as a finisher with right foot and left foot in the box. Not the best player in the air, but not too surprising for a player of around about 5'8", 5'9". Thought also to be a very good teammate at Celtic and at his other clubs, and has gone on to a very successful career in coaching back at home in Germany. During his time at Celtic, again, it was the spell where Celtic weren't having an awful lot of success, tending to come second in the league and getting knocked out in the League Cup prior to the winner's stage. However, Andreas Thom was part of the league winning season, although he did leave the club halfway through that league winning season. For me, he does go down as a Celtic great of the 1990s. Good, versatile player, good hard-working player, good teamwork, and during his 2 and a bit years at Celtic, gave his absolute all for Celtic and scored a good number of goals, and does go down as one of my favourite players of that era. Hopefully, you did enjoy that wee trip down memory lane, maybe reminding you of some of the great goals and games of Andreas Thom in the mid to late 90s. So that finishes off that wee trip down memory lane about Andreas Thom, a great Celtic player of the 1990s. If you are new to the channel, not yet subscribed, please do click that subscriber button. Keep the numbers pushing up and up and up. If you have liked the video, please do click that like button and do feel free to pop your own thoughts into the comment section regarding Andreas Thom, your own memories of him, your favourite goals, your favourite games of Andreas Thom's 2 and a bit years at Celtic. And so until the next video, goodbye and hail, hail.